Okay, first, the Nasdaq. That's what we need to talk about as we jump in here. The double top region, you're still back there. Some are calling this a cup and handle. I don't really agree with that, but we have a lot of information to digest here, so we need to stick to the plan. Now, tomorrow morning, we have some pretty interesting data coming out. It will probably get a little bit of an impact, but I want you to know something. Until this happens, you will not have clear direction in the market. Is it the Fed talking? No. Is it PCE data? Not necessarily. Is it tomorrow's data? Not necessarily. Is it the debt ceiling? No. What you need to understand is volume, okay? Over the past 3 days, we've had no volume, 74, 62, 67. This volume is as lackluster as it gets. Our 30-day moving average on the volume, okay, is 104 million. Our average 30-day volume is up to 104 million, okay? We had monstrous volume coming in and out of the market from those bank crashes, if you will, right? Now, Biden told us yesterday that pain is not over. So don't forget about what's happening. That's Biden's words, not mine. And it's funny, if the liberals are saying it, if the people in office are saying it, cause for concern, not being political, but they definitely don't want there to be heat on there right now. What I will say though too, consider liking, consider subscribing to the channel. It helps out tremendously. Every single day we make unbiased content. Now, again, I might give you a little bit of clickbait, but you have to watch the videos because in this video, I'm always being transparent and telling you exactly what I'm looking at. What did I say yesterday? It said short now, question mark, right? What did I say yesterday in the video? I'm going to tell you. I told you, don't fall for these breakdowns right now because there's no volume. Be patient, sit on your hands, go watch that video if you don't believe me. I anticipated a little bit of upside into today. Got a little bit of upside. Now also too, Discord, just so you know, no pressure. Everything here is also free. So you can literally get all the information just coming to the channel, going to Twitter, going to Instagram. We post like so much free content. But if you want to be a part of the community, be a part of every single trade we're in, understanding what we're looking at, stocks as well, futures every single day, the watch list, other trades as well. We have 20 of the basic tier. If you don't know basic tier, basically all you can do is read in the Discord. You won't be able to type or talk in voice or even get into the voice. And then full access, there's only 9 of those spots. And those you can speak, text, and you can even voice chat where we're at all day long as well. Again, let's jump back into it. Now, when we look what's happening here, let's talk about this. So again, am I rushing into calls here? No. If anything, honestly, I debated for like 30 minutes at the end of the day, do I hammer SQQ? Because I like the downside opportunity. I just like it so much, but it went against my gut feeling and just sat on the sidelines again. So that's where we're at right now. Now, when we look at what's happening, go to economic calendar tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. Okay, an hour before market open, you have GDP data. Now we've revised down over and over and over and over and over. We just keep revising GDP down. So the expectation here, I don't really think we have to do much. Okay, but if it comes in worse than expected, I will say I think you're going to get a little bit of downside push, specifically with what's happening on the broad market. Now we know China's expectation of growth is through the roof right now. It's like crazy what is going on in China. Now, this could also affect us negatively with our inflation and everything happening there. But the big thing today, the very big thing that happened today is something people always ask about. They always say, Tyler, the DXY, the dollar, and probably the earliest I've ever mentioned the DXY in my video, like the dollar's getting hit, the market should be pumping, it's this, it's that. Well, no, there's a disconnect right now, okay? If you're not familiar, there's a massive disconnect in what's happening, okay, with what's happening globally with the dollar. And if we jump in here, we can see real quick, China and the UAE, Saudi, have completed the world's first yuan-settled LNG trade in a blow to the US dollar dominance, right? Based on what the US has done with Russia, trying to create a price cap, trying to dictate who can do business with them, this and that, it's created a massive issue, okay? Now, China is and they've been trying to push the yuan nonstop, and they're succeeding now, okay? Because now, it used to be the petrodollar. Is it the Petro one? I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm just reporting the news as it comes to you. So this automatically is affecting the dollar to the downside. And we've been expecting this news really all the way back since November. And that's why we were getting crushed here on the DXY. So when we look at this, that's definitely a cause for concern because it's now all coming to fruition. Okay. But what does that mean for the Nasdaq? What does that mean for indexes? Okay. Now, generally, yes, when the dollar does drop, it gives you a visual of a risk on, risk off mentality. But I think right here, you have to be able to disconnect with what's happening. Okay. Because as that news dropped, you got a little bit of a pop up here. But I'm going to tell you right now, I do not find this bullish for the U.S. economy. I find it actually the opposite, right? as we disconnect to this, I think this is bad for our energy market. It's bad for the US dollar. It's just bad for us in general. We even saw gold drop as well. So that's what I'm looking at there specifically on that news. Okay. So again, your main question as you come in today is, Tyler, what do we expect tomorrow? You know, what do I buy tomorrow morning? What do I do tomorrow? Okay. And answer that question, I would say you need to go talk to your financial advisor, because Tyler Wilson is not a financial advisor. He just gets on YouTube and says exactly what he thinks, and just, you know, sometimes people hate him, sometimes people love him, right? It is what it is. But if I had to answer that question, I would say the answer is still nothing. It is patience, guys. I will ask you one major question, and I would love for you to comment down below the answer to this question. Anytime on this channel we have mentioned or expressed the need for caution or patience, how has it worked out in your favor? Right? And I don't like taking credit. I never, if someone says, oh, I made money on SPY today and I liked your video yesterday and it gave me inspiration for this trade, I always say what? I always say, look, don't thank me. You put in the work. You took the trade. You pushed the buy button. You pushed the sell button. I did nothing. I just basically talk to myself here on the internet, right? You just show up every day randomly. I love you for it, but hey, end of the day, you put in the work. Pat yourself on the back. But what I will say is, when we really urge the thought of caution in the market, what happens? Do we get continuation usually? Do we get a revision to the upside, to the downside? What happens? I will say, usually taking that sign of caution 9 out of 10 times works out in traders' favor. I am under the impression that most people that come here are day traders. I'm under that impression. Some of you guys swing traders, some of you guys long-term investors. Love you all. But specifically to the day traders, so I'm speaking to you right now, I've been really dry lately with my trading, right? Very, very dry. If you're in Discord, you're like, Tyler, I joined Discord subscription, and let me tell you, I was expecting 10 trades today. I was looking to make 30% per trade, and I should be up $3,000 minimum, right? But again, I don't post things that I don't do myself. Like today, again, this isn't on TradeZilla because I don't have the what's it called? I'm sorry. It's not on the journal yet. It takes a few days to go on there. But anyways, I was showing you like transparency, my loss, right? So I went and I shorted SPY at highs of the day earlier. I got in roughly like right about here when you were like at 400, right? Got in about that range. Pretty small risk trade for myself. As it broke above the ascending triangle and pushed up at the end of the day, I took the quick loss, like $100. Minimal, small, finito, not that big, right? So again, my trades very lackluster lately. I'm not like dumping money into trades. I'm not rushing anything. I'm not, this is not where I'm going to make or break my portfolio. This is not where I'm going to get rich quick, right? This is not it. It's not it, right? So that's what we need to understand, is understanding when the market gives you opportunity and when the market is saying like, let me take all your money, Timmy. I would love it, right? And ultimately, sometimes I think we attack the market and we go into it blindly, and then we come out with it was like, oh, we're just giving money to market makers, right? If that's your thing, do it. Cool. I'm not going to downplay it, right? Do whatever you need to do. But I just say right now, I think caution is the most warranted thing. I think from a technical standpoint, I will continue to say it, right? Very rarely on the channel am I at this crossroads of fundamentally we look one way, technically we look the polar opposite way. Right now, it is what it is. That's where we're at. Fundamentally, we're terrible. Technically, you look like you want to break out. You really do. You look really good, technically speaking. But we have GDP, which we expect to fall. We have PCE, which we know inflation numbers still aren't good. We have unemployment that's staying at, record lows. Like, are problems getting resolved? I don't really know yet. We're talking about raising credit restrictions and tightening the overall rates that's happening there as well. Are these good things for the economy and the economic growth? Or is everything pointing to GDP revising down and growth revising down? It's a question. So that's what I'm looking at now. That's my expectations. That's my viewpoint of the market. Today's video, again, really short, to the point. If you have questions, please comment down below. Today's going to be the day of more of us just getting back to you guys answering questions. Because again, I'm never going to push an agenda or push any idea or tell you guys something that I don't really find true. Okay? The point of this channel is to be transparent. The point of this channel is for me to just rant, say what I think about the market, tell you stock plays I'm living, stock plays I like. But yeah, One stock play I will say, so if you don't know, I bought some Square at like 64. It's looking really good now. You actually had a really good rep. Posted it on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, links down below. We're going to have a really big giveaway as well. Or I think we're giving away like a $250 monitor and a year to Discord to one person since we hit 45K. But that'll be all on Twitter and Instagram. So follow down below. But anyways, so I got some Square at 64. You're like, you hit 67. You look good. I think Square's going to keep going up. So I bought some of them the other day. Home Depot is one that I bought today though. Home Depot, just give you a visual of like my risk and what's happening here. It's more of a swing trade. Obviously, Square I want to hold longer. But Home Depot, the bottom of this range goes all the way really like down here to like 260, right? The upside potential though, you have a nice daily gap, and I'm not even really targeting a daily gap at 313. But I like the possibility of getting a bounce to 292 to 300 minimum, right? Based on what's happening with pending home sales and just homes in general, I think Home Depot is a little bit of an opportunity. If you want to be safer, you could wait until you mount above the 285 region, which is the 200 SMA on the weekly. That would be a really big level to watch also. If you want to get a better entry, that's just like the safest entry in my opinion, if you're looking at like a stock play. But again, you have that 200 SMA at the 300, which is what I'm looking at as well. So that's kind of my target, what I'm looking at here. It's about $20 of upside. But anyways, I'm going to be doing more like stock plays as well here. So I think people might be interested in that. But yeah, that's myself. That's what I'm doing. If you have questions, comment down below. Love you. See you tomorrow. Have a good one, traders.